How's it going, guys? So this is my very first video that I'm gonna post onto my page. Hopefully it's the start of something new. But basically, like I promised you a couple days ago, I was going to show you guys and instruct you guys on how to do a spell bag, protection bag. I used the color black for this spell bag, but since I didn't have any left, I'll just use purple. But get a black one, possibly, because black symbolizes protection and all that. Okay, so given the current situation of the United States, and everything going on with immigration and massive deportations, everyone knows or everyone has possibly or knows someone who has immigrant friends, immigrant neighbors, someone who is an immigrant who we are deeply fond of, and we don't want anything bad to happen to them. So the idea of this spell bag is to, protect them against these enemies, so we shall call them. So, okay, for those who don't know, and for those who know alike, my path involves a lot of Ciprianista work. My patron is Saint Cyprian, blessed be to Saint Cyprian. That means that my practice is Christian based, or has a heavy Christian base. That being said, some of you may feel uncomfortable because it involves praying, to the Christian deities. If that makes you uncomfortable, I really recommend you find an alternative, for one that fits your religion or your spiritual beliefs. It is okay to alter it, to adjust it to any of the pagan traditions as well. I don't see why not. Adapt it and make it yours. This is my recipe. This is what I've done. You're more than welcome to make it better. So I don't have it with me, but I will post it on the next slide. The sigil that we will be using, that I designed specifically for this purpose. Okay, I will leave that on the next slide, and you guys should check it out because that's the sigil that we're going to be talking about. So we're going to need a couple ingredients. All right, we're going to need poppy seeds, very important in this work. Poppy seeds. What poppy seeds is going to do is confuse and confound them. All right, they will not look our direction. All right. Church dirt, you could get it off Etsy or you could source it yourself. I really recommend you source it yourself, but if you can't, Etsy's where it's at. That doesn't belong here. Devil's shoestring, as some may know it like this. I like to use 3 pieces. You're welcome to use any amount you want, but I recommend at least in odd numbers. I chose a number 3 because it aligns with the Holy Trinity, and not only that, but in Cyprian work, numbers 3s and 9s are very important. So I choose 3 pieces of double shoestring. What this will do is not only give it a power boost, an extra boost to our spell bag, but it will also tie up and tangle up our enemies in their tracks. It's kind of like for them to trip up, We need chrysanthemum. So we use chrysanthemum basically to ward off evil, period, evil energies, evil entities, and in this case, evil people with evil intentions. Because I know that some people are just very bad people and want to harm anyone for absolutely no reason. And given this situation, there is a lot of hate going around, unfortunately. So it's best to stay as protected as possible. Chrysanthemum. I'll write all these ingredients in the description as well. And tobacco. It could be any kind of tobacco. Cigarettes, cigars. I like the cigar one better, but when you don't have it, cigarettes is the way to go. Or you could just get the loose the loose tobacco packets. Doesn't matter. Tobacco. Tobacco also has protective properties, and it's good for confusing our enemies as well. So, last but not least, holy oil, or in this case, Saint Cyprian oil. This is what we'll be anointing with the sigil, and that's how we will activate the sigil with the holy oil. Alright, so the way that I would start this ritual, the spell, would be One Our Father. That's how you begin. One Our Father. Preceding that, I do the call to Saint Cyprian. You may find this. It's open information. You can find it at strategicsorcery.net. Jason Miller. He's awesome. I really recommend his stuff, his courses, his books. I'm not sponsored by him, although it would be cool. I love Jason and his stuff. That's where you can find it. Following that, you do the call to Saint Cyprian, right? You finish it. Good. Now you grab the sigil. You grab the sigil, and in the back side of the sigil, you are going to write the entire Just Judge prayer. Yes, the entire Just Judge prayer. You flip it back around to the side of the sigil. With your two fingers, or the gesture of the three nails from those who know Jason Miller's St. Cyprian Black School course. I personally do it that way, so you can do the gesture of three nails, or if you're unfamiliar with it, you can just do the the normal index and middle finger that you use to cross yourself. Okay, so you put your fingers in the oil, you dab it a little bit, and let me use this as an example. You are going to anoint the sigil in the center and in the four corners. So you should have a total of 5 oil marks on the sigil, center and 4 corners. After that, you are going to pray the Just Judge prayer 3 times. Okay, 3 times you're going to pray the Just Judge prayer. Following that, put the sigil in the bag. Now, this next part, I want you guys to understand that we will be invoking or calling upon the certain properties that we want to call upon for the spell of these herbs. Alright? Except for the church because it's kind of self-explanatory. Protection, divine protection, blessings, guardianship. So, I'll give you an example with the poppy seeds. Since we know that they are used for confusing and confounding our enemies, we are going to call upon the powers of poppy seeds. A little example. It doesn't have to be like this. You can make it your own. You can look up any other variations on the internet. But this is just for example's sake. Alright? So, it'll be something like, I call upon the powers of, poppy and poppy seeds, so that it may protect me and guard me from my enemies. May they not see me, may they not hear me, may they not look in my direction. May the poppy seeds confuse and confound my enemies and make them lose me in their track. May they never find me. Something along the lines of that. Alright? Now you're going to want to repeat that with each and every herb. Alright? Each and every herb. After you do that, you put a little bit into the bag. A little bit of each. You start making your bag, your sachet. After that, if you guys want, also, I'm so sorry. It's not necessary, but it's completely up to you. Like I said, you can customize it. You can grab a little Saint Benedict medal as well. Pray to him, invoke his powers of protection, and you can put that in the bag as well. Okay, so after you put all the herbs and all that in your bag, you're going to tie it up. You're going to tie it up. Oops. 1, 2, 3 times. Alright? 3 times. You do another call to Saint Cyprian. Once again, in the insert petition, prayer, spell section, you do a prayer from the heart. A sincere prayer from the heart. Petitioning him either to protect, you or the person you're making this bag for. Alright, you make it a sincere from the heart prayer. And after that, you continue the prayer, you finish it, and you continue with an Our Father prayer. That's how you finish it. 1 Our Father prayer. Right? You cross yourself as well. If you have an altar, I recommend doing that to leave this overnight, with incense, with candlelights in front of your deities, Jesus, Mary, any other saints that you may have. Or in this case, if you made it custom to any of your pagan deities, I recommend you do the same thing. If you do not have an altar, just with a candle shall do. And if you can't do it with a candle, put it in a spot that only you will have access to it. But still, do the following.